So that busy campaign trail, I'm talking about the fall of 2024, Donald J. Trump became America's BFF once again by making several clear-cut definitive promises. One of them was not only to make America great again, of course, but to make America safe again. Let's take the riffraff, the crime, the migrant criminals, the domestic criminals off the streets, predominantly, as you know, in blue-run cities where they run rampant. And Trump has done just that. I got some statistics to roll up on you here on the Red Dot Media channel. Go ahead, smash that like button, share a video, make a comment. Even better, subscribe. I appreciate your support. Before I get to the stats, let me make this evident. And this is really the crux of this here video, my thesis, as you might say. And that's the mainstream media, the lamestream media, the fake news, the activists who are playing the role of journalists, aka hacks. All right, I'm out of adjectives. That's all I've got to say on that one. You get the drift. Well, they continue their old tricks. The more Trump succeeds, in this case of bringing crime down, the less they report on it. Take a look. These are some of the home pages. CBS News, no mention of any criminals apprehended. Wins on the crime front. And this is just from moments ago on this Wednesday evening in the middle of February 2026, almost Valentine's Day. I like the day after Valentine's Day on the 15th because all that chocolate and all those sweets, half off. And you can have your heart's content. But happy Valentine's Day. But here we are. Not only CBS News not reporting on it, MSNBC, no way, Jose, do you see any mention of wins for law and order under President Trump and his administration in the U.S. or about criminals apprehended? And, of course, you see CNN. We know CNN sucks. Same old story. However, when it comes to the same old story, SOS, that's not the case with Trump and his administration. From day one, it was about going on the offensive. Take a look and listen to Attorney General Pam Bondi.
The Biden administration was, for way too long, all of these great law enforcement officers surrounding the table were not able to do their jobs. What they've said is now they've been uncuffed. They can do their jobs now. We've been watching transnational gangs grow in our country, become organized, set up infrastructure in all of our states, but no longer under President Trump. We are destroying the infrastructure, and we're no longer on defense. All of these great men and women are on offense, so they better get ready.
And again, there's AG Pam Bondi. I think she's doing a wonderful job. She was a great attorney general back in the day of my home state here in the sunshine state of Florida, although it's been a cold winter. Me and the iguanas are frozen, right? It's all relative. Hey, I freeze when it's 50. It feels like 20 where most of the country is right now. We'll see how much old man winter has left for the US of A. Don't worry. Spring training starting. So that means spring and sunshine is headed your way, wherever you may be outside of Florida. Now back to the subject at hand, okay? To emphasize my point, here, take a look at this tweet by Caroline Levitt, the outstanding spokesperson, the press secretary for President Trump. She really sums it up nicely. She talks about a report from Axios, right? And you can see in the middle of it, and I'll get to her tweet, crime plunges in major cities despite it's highlighted Trump's crackdown rhetoric. There you go. It shows you Orlando from top to bottom down to D.C. and so on and so forth, where there are major drops in homicide rates between 24 and 25 from when Sleepy Joe and Trump came in and Joe was kicked to the curb, you see like Orlando at the top, 56.3% or 58.3%, nearly 60% drop in homicide. But instead of highlighting that, the focus becomes on Trump's crackdown rhetoric, not on the facts that crime has dropped. And you can see Miss Levitt there. The ridiculous framing is why Americans don't trust the media. President Trump securing the border, mobilizing federal law enforcement to arrest violent criminals, and deporting the worst illegal aliens is exactly, in caps, what's driving the massive drop in crime. I mean to that. Meanwhile, you want numbers? This is from Secretary Kristi Noem, DHS. In caps, lowest murder rate since 1900. Under the leadership of POTUS Trump, the murder rate has plunged. This is nationally, right? To a 125-year low, with especially steep drops in cities where at DHS.gov, law enforcement undertook targeted immigration enforcement and crime prevention operations. Our nation has also experienced a steep decline in fentanyl deaths. Hallelujah. I'm adding that in. Which have dropped to over 30%. And at the bottom, at POTUS, Trump is saving millions of lives. We're not going back to how things used to be. Why not? Hallelujah again. And finally, let me share these with you. This is from the MCCA, the Major Cities Chiefs Association. This is a violent crime survey, national totals, a year-to-year, year-end comparison from January 1 to December 31st, 25-24. And you can see to the left the statistics there. Between 67 of 68 responding agencies, the stats for homicide, rape, robbery, aggravated assault, all down. And they give you more statistics over there in the summary chart to the right. What you look at it. So this is good news. This is terrific news. This is the type of news that the news, if it wasn't fake, and they would do their job, would be highlighting on a day in, day out basis and informing Americans on what's going on. But there are enough outlets to get the true news, and I'd like to think that this is one of them. Again, crime down in the United States. It's a story that needs to be told because the facts support it. President Trump kept his promise. He's getting the job done. He's making America safe again. And why not? I'll throw it in for a third time. Hallelujah.